Hi everyone, this is Vedeshwari and welcome back to my channel Analytics Through My Lens. If you enjoy learning about data analytics and want to grow your skills with me, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel for more such content. In our previous video, we covered questions 11 to 15 from our top 100 Excel interview question series, where we discussed formula versus function, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index match, and XLOOKUP. If you haven't watched that video yet, I highly recommend checking it out first. The link is available in the description box below. Today we will continue our journey and cover questions from 16 to 20. These questions are based on some of the most commonly used Excel functions in a reporting and data analysis. These are if, SUMIF and SUMIFS, COUNTIF and COUNTIFS, IFERROR, COUNT, COUNTA, and COUNTBLANK. To make things easier, we will use the same sales dataset throughout the video. Let's get started. A dataset. For the example, let's assume we have following dataset: employee, department, region, sales, and target. Okay, let's start with the first question. Explain if function with an example. The if function is one of the most frequently used functions in Excel. Think of it as asking Excel a simple question. If this condition is true, do one thing, otherwise do something else. Syntax is equals to if, logical test, value if the test is true, value if it is false. Let's say we want to check whether an employee has achieved their target. For Rahul, sales is 1,20,000, target is 1 lakh. So we will write here is equals to if, logical test is if the sales, we have to select this sale, is greater than or equal to target, then mention as achieved, else not achieved. So for Rahul, the sale is greater than target, that's why we have received a value as achieved. Okay, for Priya, we have to simply drag the formula. Let's see, for Priya it is showing not achieved because Priya's sale is 85,000 and target is 1 lakh. Here the first condition, that is sales is greater than or equals to target, this logical test failed or it is false. That's why it is returning the value if it is false. So the if function helps us make a decision based on condition. A simple way to remember it: if something is true, return one value, otherwise return other value. Let's move on to the next question. What is SUMIF and SUMIFS? Give example. Let's start with SUMIF. Suppose your manager asks what are the total sales generated by the sales department. Instead of manually adding the value one by one, we can use SUMIF. The syntax for SUMIF is SUMIF range, comma, criteria, comma, sum range is equals to SUMIF. This is the range, department range, comma, we want value for the sales department, so sales, comma, sum range, bracket complete, and that's our value, 5,95,000. Now let's make it more specific. Suppose your manager asks what are the total sales generated by sales department in the East region. Here two conditions are there. First one is we need to calculate the sales generated by sales department, and the second condition is from the East region. Let's understand the SUMIFS Syntax: SUMIF, sum range, comma, criteria range, comma, criteria 1, comma, criteria range 2, criteria 2, and so on. You can add multiple criteria in SUMIFs. So here is equals to sum range. We want to calculate the sales, that is our SUMIFs. We need to calculate the sales, comma, criteria range 1. This is our criteria 1, that we need a department which is sales, comma, criteria range 2. This is our criteria range 2, comma, we need East region, bracket complete, and that's our total. A simple interview answer for this is: SUMIF works with one condition, SUMIFs work with multiple conditions. The next question is, what are COUNTIF and COUNTIFs? COUNTIF and COUNTIFs work exactly like SUMIF and SUMIFs. The difference is, instead of adding values, they count records. Let's first understand the syntax. COUNTIF in bracket range, comma, criteria. And for the COUNTIFs, it is criteria range 1, comma, criteria 1, comma, criteria range 2, comma, criteria, and so on. For example, how many employees have sales greater than 1 lakh? Let's see how we can count it. So is equals to count if, this is the range, comma, criteria is greater than 1 lakh. 4. So total 4 employees are there whose sales is greater than 1 lakh. That is Sneha, Pooja, Neha, and Rahul. Now let's see another example for a COUNTIFs. The example is, how many employees belong to sales department and are from the East region. Here two conditions are there. So is equals to COUNTIFs criteria range 1, that is this department range, comma, what we want sales department, sales, comma, criteria range 2, that is the region range, comma, the second criteria is East. We are looking for the East region employees, and the answer is 2. A simple way to remember: SUMIF adds values, COUNTIF count records, and SUMIFs and COUNTIFs works with the multiple conditions. Let's move on to the next question. Explain if-error function. This is very useful function in the real world reporting. Let's say we use VLOOKUP to find information about an employee named Raj. But Raj does not exist in our data set. So normally Excel will return an error. Let's say is equals to VLOOKUP. We are looking for Raj, comma, what is the table array? We are looking here, table array, comma, column index is 1, exact match. See, this formula is giving us an error. So this error doesn't look professional in reports. So instead we can use if error. The syntax for if error is value, comma, value if error. So if, let's say, for this same formula we can use if error like this, is equals to if error. What is the value? Value is another formula, that is VLOOKUP. We are looking for a Raj in our table and in employee column 0. If VLOOKUP is giving us an error, we can say employer not found and close. See, so it's an employee not found. Employee not found. Instead of this NA, here this error, we are getting a message stating employee not found. This looks more professional and this makes reports cleaner and easier to understand. So if error replaces Excel errors with a custom message or values. The last question is, what is the difference between count A and COUNTBLANK? Let's first understand the syntax. Count is equals to count range, count A in bracket the range, then COUNTBLANK the range. Count only counts the cells containing numbers. Count A counts all non-empty cells. It doesn't matter whether cell contains text, numbers, dates, formulas, etc. And COUNTBLANK does the opposite. It counts the empty cells. Let me combine this sales column to the region. Okay, and let me delete few, say this and this. Now count, what it counts? It counts the numeric values. Here you can see how numeric value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. It should return 8. This is count. Now count A. Count A counts all the values, whether either it's a text, numbers, dates, formulas, etc. So count A it is giving us an answer as 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Now COUNTBLANK is equals to COUNTBLANK. This is our range. Answer is 2. Let's quickly recap. If function used to make decisions based on conditions. SUMIF versus SUMIFS used to add values based on one condition or multiple conditions. COUNTIF or COUNTIFS used to count records based on one or multiple conditions. If error used to replace Excel errors with meaningful messages. Count versus count A versus COUNTBLANK. Count is used to count numbers. Count A used to count non-empty cells, and COUNTBLANK counts the blank cells. These functions are widely used in reporting, dashboards and day-to-day analysis work. And that's it for today's video. We successfully covered questions 16 to 20 from our top 100 Excel interview question series. In the next episode, we will continue with questions 21 to 25 and explore more important Excel concepts that every data analyst should know. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.